As we all know, several moves are being made to end the Ukraine-Russia conflict. President Donald Trump has met Russian President Putin in Alaska and has held follow-up discussions with several key European leaders, including Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelenskyy. But Ukraine is not letting its guard down and is continuing to develop new weapons. A Ukrainian defense company has unveiled the nation's latest long-range cruise missile, the Flamingo, which is reportedly moving into serial production. The development was revealed through photographs taken on August 18th by Associated Press photographer Lukatsky and circulated on social media. The images captured inside the production facility of manufacture, Firepoint, show the missile in the assembly phase. According to Lukatsky, the Flamingo is designed to strike targets at ranges exceeding 3,000 kilometers, 1,864 miles, almost twice the range of the latest Tomahawk Block 5 cruise missile, which has a strike envelope of 1,600 kilometers, 1,000 miles. In this video, Defense Updates analyzes why Ukraine's new Flamingo missile is an alarming prospect for Russia. Before we proceed, a word on NordVPN, which is one of the most trusted and fastest VPN brand that has a no-log policy validated by Deloitte. NordVPN provides a 256-bit encrypted tunnel that protects your privacy and also enables you to access contents that are blocked based on geolocation. Its threat protection system helps you avoid phishing, scams, and malware. NordVPN application is available for all the major platforms as well as browsers. Get an exclusive NordVPN deal with massive saving by going to nordvpn.com/defense or clicking the link in the description. It's risk-free with Nord's 30-day money-back guarantee. Western allies have provided Ukraine with extensive military aid. At first, the support largely consisted of short-range systems, but over time it expanded to include medium and long-range weapons, such as the U.S.-supplied ATACMS and the Anglo-French Storm Shadow Scalp cruise missiles. These long-range systems, however, were delivered with strict conditions. They are not to be used for strikes inside Russian territory. This limitation has enabled Putin's forces to fire missiles from within Russia with little fear of direct retaliation. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelenskyy has repeatedly pressed Washington and European capitals to lift these restrictions. But at this juncture, no blanket green light has been given. In response, Ukraine has increasingly turned to developing its own indigenous long-range strike capabilities, including systems like the Sapsan ballistic missile. Viewers may note in this context that it was the country's indigenous Neptune anti-ship missile that sank Russian cruiser Moskva in the Black Sea in April 2022, landing one of the most humiliating blows for President Putin. There is currently very limited information available regarding this missile. Ukrainian officials have not disclosed specific details about the missile. Defense Minister Denis Shmyhal stated that further information will be provided at the appropriate time. According to a report by Ukraine's Pravda, the Flamingo's warhead is said to weigh around 2,535 pounds, 1,150 kilograms, though no source for this claim was provided. Other critical details, such as the missile's guidance system, remain unclear. What is striking, however, is the Flamingo's resemblance to the FP5 cruise missile design previously showcased by Millennium, a defense company based in the United Arab Emirates that has supplied equipment to Ukraine before. It is uncertain whether the FP designation in FP5 is connected to Firepoint, the Ukrainian manufacturer. Millennium's specifications for the FP5 list the same 3,000-kilometer, 1,864-mile maximum range, along with a top speed of 590 miles per hour, 950 kilometers per hour, and a cruising speed of about 550 miles per hour, 885 kilometers per hour. The FP5 is a sizable missile featuring a 6-meter, 19.6-foot wingspan, a maximum takeoff weight of 13,228 pounds, 6,000 kilograms, and a 2,205-pound, 1,000-kilogram warhead, according to Millennium's fact sheet. The document also includes a rendering showing the missile mounted for launch on a 2-axle trailer. For guidance, Millennium states the FP5 employs a multi-mode system, combining different forms of satellite navigation with resilience against electronic warfare. An inertial navigation system is also likely integrated as a backup. The flight time is stated to be 4 hours. It is important to note, however, that the precise relationship between the FP5 and Ukraine's Flamingo remains unclear, and the latter's performance characteristics and capabilities may differ significantly. Defense experts have noted similarities between the Flamingo and historical systems, such as Nazi Germany's V-1 flying bomb and the U.S. Air Force's MGM-13 Mace cruise missile, which was deployed in Europe during the Cold War. Like those earlier weapons, the Flamingo is a subsonic ground-launched missile with comparable range, though its propulsion and guidance technologies are likely to be far more advanced than the systems of that era. If confirmed, the Flamingo would mark Ukraine's most ambitious missile development. Since Flamingo is not supplied by Western allies, Ukraine would have far greater latitude to employ it against targets of its choosing inside Russia. A weapon with this kind of range, something Ukraine has hinted at developing for some time, would enable Kyiv to threaten targets far beyond the reach of any other missile currently in its arsenal. Russia's main cities like Moscow, St. Petersburg, and Murmansk will be in the crosshairs. Also, strategic bomber bases like Engels, Olenia, Tchaikovka, and naval facilities in the Black Sea and Arctic could be directly threatened. Forces that Russia previously thought safe, far in the rear, would require stronger defenses or relocation. Armed with that large warhead, the Flamingo would also deliver far greater destructive power than any missile or one-way attack drone Ukraine presently fields. This is particularly important when hitting fortified military targets like command and control centers. So technically, this missile would give Ukrainian forces the ability to not only reach valuable targets much further away inside Russia, but also potentially inflict heavier damage on them. Flamingo will be the first weapon that Ukrainian forces will bring to the fight, which will have the combination of no restriction, long range, and high destruction potential. While a large, non-stealthy missile like this would be relatively easier to detect, track, and intercept, Ukraine has shown over and over again that its military planners are good at finding gaps in the Russian air defense setup. In this context, it is to be noted that Russian air defenses have previously failed to stop Ukraine's large Tu-141 Strij drone, which is similar in size to the FP5. All pointers indicate that if Ukraine is able to deploy Flamingo missile in a decent quantity, Russian forces will suffer, and President Putin will have a new headache to deal with.